Hey guys, this is Rich. We're checking out TMNT Out of the Shadows. I'm here with Chris from Red Fly. How you doing, Chris?
Excellent.
And we're going to take you through one of the... Where are we in the game at this point, actually?
So this is midway through Chapter 2.
Okay.
We're coming out of the sewers, and we're about to meet up with April.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about this. You guys are doing cutscenes more through like a comic book style format?
It felt right for the brand, obviously, you know, with coming from a comic history. Gave our concept artists a great chance to show off a little bit, and it just kind of felt right. It was good for the project, and it was a lot of fun to do to see the turtles come out in the comics.
Now let's talk a little bit about the sort of larger concept behind Out of the Shadows. You guys are based off the Nick license, but this doesn't quite look like the cartoon. So tell me a little bit about that visual balance and what exactly you guys are going for here.
Right. So it's similar. There's influences from the show. So if I switch to Donnie, you can see he's tall. He's got the gap in his tooth. Raph's got the crack in the shell. Mikey's the runt. So a lot of influences from the Nick cartoon, but it was more, you know, we wanted to make sure that we hit the adult demographic, and so it was how do we get these guys, you know. We pulled them out of the show and put them in a more realistic setting, and kind of came up with this hybrid, more, you know, realistic, you know, turtle look. And shows off each one of their personalities, but just kind of a take on the turtles that really hadn't been done before. Sure.
So now, as you're playing through this, and I guess are you going to start off with like a more stealth-like approach? Is that what we're going for here?
Yeah, so we're basically infiltrating Baxter's warehouse, and so we'll show off a little bit of movement. So these guys, nice. You know, everywhere they're going, they're having fun, right? So you know, you can grind rails, you can hop over ledges, not only yourself, but you see the co-ops doing it as well.
Yeah.
So throughout the game, throughout the environments, from the rooftops and sewers and whatnot, you know, these guys are kind of all over the place, you know.
Gotcha.
And we can switch turtles on the fly. So Donatello's down on the D-pad, Raph is right, Leo's left, Mikey's up.
Cool.
We ran out of directions. So we'll show a little bit of the stealth element off. So there's, you know, a stealth light. It's never critical, but if you want to kind of, you know, sneak up on some guys, you can. So as everybody comes up, I can taunt, tell everybody to wait, and then we'll go out and take this guy out.
Awesome.
A little nerve pinch.
Nice. And the whole while you're earning experience points, which then factor into just various upgrades, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you level up, you get 4 ability points. You can spend them all on one turtle, or you can, you know, spread the love around. And then as you go, you'll unlock new attack finishers, new special attacks, which you can do with the right stick, upgraded counters, upgraded taunts, team passive abilities. Everybody's got kind of a way they work in synergy. Uh-oh, somebody got spotted. All right, so now we're spotted. Now the fight's going to break out. Yeah.
And you were, and that was a musical cue that basically told you one of your guys got.
Yep. Somebody got seen.
So that sort of leads to my next question then. So you got 4 turtles kind of out and about here. How much do you got to kind of babysit your other 3 dudes? I mean, they're kind of going to do their own thing,
It's kind of you know, we definitely didn't want them to be a pain in the butt, right? So they can handle themselves, but they don't take everybody out for you. And you don't really have to worry about them too much. Like there's, you know, some really elite enemies and whatnot that you know, they can take some guys out of the fight pretty quick. But for the most part, you know, you can switch on the fly. They're going to protect themselves. They're not going to steal your KOs. So we'll do a little team TPK. Oh, he didn't go with it.
So we're talking about all these different things and the 4-player, but there's a lot going on here with the combat. So kind of walk me through, while you're in the middle of doing the combat, walk me through all the sort of intricacies, because you guys have actually put quite a bit into this combat. This isn't just a hit X repeatedly, although I guess, you know, younger players could get away with that if they want to.
Could, absolutely. Right. So you have your normal weapon attacks, and then you've got kicks, and then you can mix and match those together to do your combos. As you build up, you earn the ability to do a turtle power KO, which is what that was right there when you get to 10 hits. And then as I build up, the green meter builds, which is your special attack meter. So this allows me to do a 360 or a 180 or a 90-degree attack. Okay. So each one uses 1 bar, and you'll unlock those as you go, and they're bigger and badder attacks that typically have more of an area of effect as you go. But there's also a lot of stuff in timing. So what normally is attack, 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 you get attack. Whoa, somebody knocked somebody up there. All right, there we go. Juggled, I didn't even know it. You get like attack, 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 pause, hold, attack. So that would be like a juggle. So fans of fighting games are going to, kind of understand that and have fun, because in the dojo, you can check that out.
And you even got a prompt up there just now where you could,
I could attack because I juggled.
In.
Yeah.
Right.
And so there's some light exploration, so you can go around, and obviously pizzas are the pickups.
Nice.
There's stuff like EMP grenades over here.
Oh, hey.
You can, kind of go around. A lot of this stuff, some people may not find, but it's all out there. This kind of gives you an idea of it's kind of the size of some of these arenas for sure, right?
Yeah. Now, this stuff you're doing where you're like doing the parkour and the sort of hopping over things and that sort of stuff, how is that just sort of an automatic thing, or what are you pressing to sort of navigate that sort of thing?
So evade is basically kind of your all-in-one. So if you just tap it, you'll just do a regular jump, and then so similar to like the original arcade. If you jump and then attack, you do a jump attack. If you jump attack like very quickly, you'll get kind of a rising attack. So reminiscent of the old arcade games. But it's kind of your all-in-one as well. So you can climb up. You can also roll over each other. You can sprint and then flip off of a buddy and then go into a jump kick. So a lot of techniques that you'll see in multiplayer, but you can also do as a solo.
Gotcha. Oh, there's Baxter. Got Karai over on the right there, looks like.
So he's springing his trap. We got to create a couple unique enemies for this game. One of these is these guys right here. I always wanted to know what a mouser would look like mounted on like a human form, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
And so if you're familiar with the new cartoon, Mikey loves to name stuff, right? So some of those aspects we brought in. He's dubbed these guys Mansers. So
nice. They actually just did. There's an episode on where I think Donnie named something the Neutralizer, and Mikey was really upset with him because
of course. The new Nickelodeon show is great. I think they've really captured these guys.
Yeah.
What's awesome about the Turtles is since their creation back in '84, there's been different kids falling in love with the Turtles, and there's always something new and awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I got pulled in by the first wave, sort of the cartoon and the figures when those showed up. So not quite original comic book generation, but basically right there. I remember seeing them in a store or something.
I just leveled up, so this gives you the kind of heads up. You get 4 ability points, like I mentioned earlier.
And you're able to. So you level up with whoever you were playing as just now. Does that mean you have to spend it on? I guess it was Donnie, or can you spend it on all 4?
You can spread it out. So you get to like when you beat the campaign the first time, you'll probably have 2 turtles pretty well decked out. Like I said, you can play 2-player split screen, 4 players online, and then arcade mode, which we'll jump into in a little bit. We'll show off the little hacking game, so I'm going to take Donnie up to it. And basically, you got to connect each one of these terminals. So this one's actually pretty pretty easy. But it could get, if I went like this,
overlapping basically.
Yeah, I basically break it, right? So it gets a little more complicated once you get more and more terminals.
Gotcha.
But it's just a simple little hacking game that Donnie has hooked up.
Cool.
That pizza. So that's a little bit of the combat, a little bit of the light stealth element to it.
Okay.
Where'd you go? You want to go more? Okay, so maybe we're
going to get to see a little more here, I guess.
Get out of my way.
So let's see. We covered off on a lot of the elements of the game. Obviously, there's 4 turtles. What kind of multiplayer options are there? Is it single player? Can we do 4-player local or online, or how is all that?
So the single player campaign, you can do 2-player split.
Okay.
You can also do 4-player online.
Awesome.
And then arcade mode is 4-player local, and that's I mean, that's awesome. It's how turtle games.
Classic.
Yeah,
classic
exactly.
turtles for sure.
And so I think fans are going to react really positively to that. You play through the campaign. as you go through each chapter you complete, you'll unlock new challenge modes and new arcade maps with those environments. So, this is the warehouse and shipyard here. So after you beat Chapter 2, those would now be available to do challenge modes, which is where you play for online leaderboards. So
there's plenty after just the single-player experience.
Absolutely.
Right.
So the single-player campaign, 5 to 6 hours, something like that.
Sure.
Arcade mode is another 2 hours, but nobody's going to beat it the first time through. I dare you, fans. Anybody who beats this game solo, take a screenshot. I want to see it. Like it's arcade mode is definitely the tough way to go. And then survival, which is just kind of like the horde mode where we just throw everything at you. So definitely, you beat the campaign, there's a lot waiting for you after that. And then,
and these modes sort of integrate with each other, right? Like you and I were messing around with survival mode earlier, and I was getting experience, which still applies to. So all that ties together.
So you can grind in the challenge modes, and you also take your abilities over. So whatever turtles you have, through the campaign, you take them into arcade and into the challenge.
Gotcha. So by the time, arcade mode sounds like quite the challenge, but by the time I get through single player, I could have a really beefed up set of turtles and then be okay.
And then, but if your buddy comes over and you haven't played with, Mikey or something like that, and he's baseline, he's not going to stand a chance later on. So.
Right. Now what happens, riddle me this, sir. What happens if I'm playing online with my friends? What turtles do I get? Do I get my friends' turtles? Do I get my turtles?
You get your turtle for who you are at that time. So if we were just playing the two of us, you get your Mikey, and then you switch to Dawn, you get your Dawn. And then if I switch to Mikey, then I get my Mikey.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's great. So no one's ever really deprived of what they're... Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But you may see stuff like so we'll show off right here. Each one of the turtles also has special weapons, right? So Donnie's Gravity Gauntlet, like if you collect like the IDW comics or even the old school comics, he gets the Gravity Gauntlet. So we can do cool stuff like I can levitate him, smack him down. Then I can. I was gonna switch into a juggle.
Do a juggle, yeah.
Mikey's got the. Let me see. Let me make sure I don't eat a pizza. If you're familiar with the show, he's got the Kasuragama. Right. So now, as I beat guys up, I can do some Kasuragama moves.
And are these things these guys have by default, or are these things you have to unlock and upgrade to get?
Every time you beat a chapter, you get one special weapon upgrade point.
Awesome.
So you'd have to, beat the game a handful of times. With Raph, he's up close and personal, right? So I really wanted to do something that showed that off. So we've got the Iron Fist. so we got Turtle with the Iron Fist. Nice. He's brutal, and then Leo has basically he's got the ability to join his swords together in kind of a blade staff and use it like a kind of a boomerang.
Awesome.
So we can see like Raph's got big
nice.
dash, fist, punch, awesomeness.
Brutal.
Juggle, tag to Donnie. Donnie's gonna fly up to the juggle. There's also team counters, so like if I let's see, somebody come attack me.
There's a lot of basically location-based, depending on where you are relative to your little brothers there, and that sort of thing, basically.
Absolutely, and then team attacks as well. So like with Leo, I can go up to Donatello and initiate team attack, right?
Yeah, and I think this is the last time we were talking, but you're able to even do the little tumble rolling thing like that we saw in Ninja Turtles 2, the movie.
So let's see. So if I get with Raph here, oh come on.
That'll work. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've got the. They did something similar to that in one of the movies too.
So it's basically dependent on which turtles are near each other at what point, and
Yeah, who you interact with. So we'll do a little dance with Mikey. So Mikey gets a lot of stat bumps when you dance. You get stats. So I got block damage bonus. You can also gain health back that way.
Awesome.
Let's see. All right. There we go. We'll get the bowling ball attack right there.
There it is.
Rolling everybody over.
I was thinking about.
Little break dancing. So you can see everybody's personality is there. Mikey's great for button mashers.
Awesome. Okay. All right, Chris. Thanks very much. That's a look at Out of the Shadows. When is this coming out? When can we get our hands on it?
It's part of Xbox Summer of Arcade, so it's going to be out August 28th for $15.
Awesome. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
Booyakasha!